The Guy Dawson Show is coming to you live from the World Center of Broadcast Media, WCOBM, in fabulous Las Vegas, Nevada. And guess who's here for this segment?
Dawson!
The illustrious Quan is back.
I need to throw twice.
I know. I actually did it. I did it
for me?
completely. I did. It's so wonderful to have you back in the studio. What have you been up to?
Just being busy to deal with everyday life challenges.
Yes.
In good ways, sometimes maybe negative ways at that moment, but it's always turning positive later on. It's life challenges we all facing too. Sometimes we're just busy, we may not recognize them, but once it hit your head, you seem to like start to digest what messages are life try to bring to us. And so I've been doing a lot of thinking, a lot of study, try to find the answers. So I think I will be a stronger person. And when I'm stronger and ready to share messages, I'm going to do something fantastic and great.
Well, you're always doing fantastic, great things, Quan, and it's always a pleasure to have you as a part of this show. And you bring a perspective, and I know you've been very busy with Renee with your radio show, The Vegas Angels, talking about relationships. And we have Reggie in here today
Reggie,
that's also has
Good.
a platform that's relationship oriented.
I'm so glad, Reggie.
I'm so glad
today
as well.
we'll have a East and West relationships, not arguments, debate on the international.
We're not going to do a debate. We're just going to compliment each other. That's what men and women do.
Yes.
We compliment
each other. Yeah, definitely. With different strengths, different
Right.
Cultural background.
Right. We fill in the
perspectives of
gaps.
life.
We fill in the gaps for each other's weaknesses.
Okay,
That's
tell
a real
me-
relationship. Whatever your weakness is, I help to fill in your gap. Whatever mine is, you fill in my gap. That's how we complement each other.
So how about you tell me, as you're the expert, what are women's weaknesses in general speak, not necessarily mine?
Women are extremely emotional creatures. That's
Oh
just
my
what they
gosh,
are.
that's so true.
They're
I
very
really can
emotional
see
creatures.
that from me.
So, because they are emotional creatures, a lot of times men are harsh and hard, and they don't understand the softness of a woman. And so a woman comes into and gives it her all, and her all being she's emotionally tied. Men don't often become emotionally tied, and so you get a piece of a man and you get all of a woman. That's a weakness, but I'm not going to say it's a weakness. It's just who women are. Men have to understand that, and women have to know how to, what I would call, modify. And when you modify, it's all about it's kind of like you have to like, if I spoke tonight in Cleveland, Ohio, and then tomorrow I'm in Philadelphia.
Like Donald Trump.
But it's two crowds.
Yes.
Although I'm on the East Coast,
Yeah.
it's two different crowds. So what may have worked in Cleveland as it relates to what came out of my mouth may not work in Philadelphia.
Okay.
So that means I modify. I make adjustments. And a lot of times that's what has, you got to make adjustments. And that's where they don't understand how to do that, because it's what Guy talked about earlier. They don't really have a target. They're just shooting.
You mean men? Women don't have a target. They just
No,
shoot.
women.
They don't really
women?
have a target. They just shoot.
Sorry.
So when you have a target, you pretty much understand and know this is not working, so I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time here. I don't have to spend a lot of time here because it's not working.
How about if I think I am a targeted shooter?
You're the shooter?
Yeah.
But I want you to be the shooter, but at least know what you're shooting.
Yeah, I am the target. I target something before I even shoot. Yeah, that's over life experience. So many years, I'm becoming a targeted shooter to shoot.
So wait, are you becoming a target for
not
the
a-
shooter,
not a
or are
for the
you
shooter.
the target? I'm confused.
That's a needed to be clever.
What we were talking about, Juan, in the segment before you came on was that you have to have if you're going to a shooting range and there's a target.
Target, yes.
Otherwise, you just go in there and you just start shooting all over the place, and you get charged for murder when you do.
Oh.
But you have to be very clear about what your target is, which, from what I was getting from Reggie, is that you have to know what it is that you're looking for in a relationship and in a man.
Okay, so what are the major target to you as a man? You think a woman should target, then shoot, then you can accept.
Wait, go
Yeah.
back. Say that one more time. What's my target in terms of me personally?
What are the right, you so-called target
Right.
for woman to shoot? Then you as a man will accept,
Okay,
so they will get a result. Women will get a result.
Let's go here. Let me create a target for you, for example. But let me create a target for you, for example. Women always say, "I just want a good man."
Okay.
But when they get a good man, they don't allow a good man to be a good man because they're not accustomed to having a good man, so they don't know what to do with a good man. For example, let him open the car door for you. But when he tries to open the car door, you open it yourself. Stand there. And men don't want to hear this, but it's real because women stand there until the door has been opened.
Oh, you do.
Men will get into the car and sit and be ready to go, and you're still standing there, and they're like, "Get in the car." No, come open my door. That's a target.
You should.
You're-
You should demand what
It's
you
not so
want
much.
in your
It's
mind.
not so much that you're demanding. You just know what you want, and if it's not there, then what are you gonna do? You're gonna stay there, or are you gonna keep it moving? You gotta know. You have to know going into a scenario what works for you. Now you've been at this for 2 years, and this guy still is not opening the door for you.
Then
Isn't
that's
it?
wrong. Get fired. Donald
I'm
Trump
not gonna
said
say.
hired or
I'm not
fired.
gonna. I'm not gonna say fire. But what I do know is, by nature, God gave women something that He didn't give anybody else. A woman is what they call a glory producer. What a glory producer, because men are warriors. We're warriors. So here's your modification. Maybe he's not doing this because your approach. A woman can get a man to do anything she wants him to do based off of how she asks him to do it. That's when you said demand. Remember I came back, I said, no, you're not going to demand. It's your approach. So let's say every morning that man wakes up and he's not accustomed to making up the bed. And you say, "You never make up the bed, and I'm getting tired of making up the bed." He's never going to make up the bed. But if you say something like, "You got the most beautiful triceps and biceps. You just turn me on when you turn and pull up those sheets. I'd love to see you pull up the sheets and make up the bed. That is so sexy to me." That man will get up every morning
That's
and
absolutely
make up
true.
the bed. It's how you adjust and make the modification. But if you're constantly,
That's the opposite
Yeah.
end.
It doesn't work.
You're
that's a
leading that
great
person in
point,
the
definitely.
opposite direction.
doesn't work.
It's like an encouragement, how you use the tone and how you wording.
Because you're a glory producer by nature. A glory producer means you're a cheerleader. You produce glory to cheer the man on so that the man can be all that he's called to
best.
be.
Yeah.
He's already a warrior. But as you produce the glory, it's how you say it, how you make it happen. You guys can do it. It's just how you approach it.
So
Does
that's
that
the
make sense?
two key words. Women are glorier and the men are warrior.
Glorier and warrior. Is that you? Is that what
No,
you?
I'm trying
Wow,
to
that
get
was
to the
pretty
conclusion.
interesting.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. Yes,
Yeah.
they are.
Okay. That's
Absolutely.
That's a very good way
I
to.
want
put.
you to give me my what is it? My royalties when you write that book, The Glorier and Warrior. Make sure you give me my royalties on that one.
And
Yeah.
we are on
We'll write it
TV,
together.
so everyone has seen this contract being created by the two of them today. We are talking relationships between men and women and learning a lot on this edition of the Guy Dawson Show. Stay tuned.